Season 3 of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is upon us, and with it, we are going to get many new things. Probably new weapons, new maps, and one thing that we got in Season 2 of Black Ops 4 was a new location in Blackout. That location was, of course, hijacked, and today, I believe that myself and my friend E. coli Espresso have actually found not only where the new location is going to be, but also what the new location is going to be as well. Now, before I dive into the explanation of what I am talking about, I just wanted to let you guys know that later today over on Twitch, I will be streaming some Black Ops 4. We're probably going to be playing both multiplayer and Blackout, and we're going to be doing an open lobby, which means you will actually get the opportunity to play some Black Ops 4 with me. So if you're at all interested in checking out my live stream or possibly playing some Black Ops 4 with me, it'll be the first link down in the description, and hopefully I see you there later today. But now, without further ado, let's talk about the new location coming in Season 3 to Blackout. So, this all started earlier today over on the Black Ops 4 Reddit. Somebody made a post showing off a couple of things that they found in the desert area of the Blackout map. Now, these things seem very small and insignificant, and most people probably would have overlooked it. However, on this post, Treyarch actually went in the comments and commented, interesting, ... which, why would they do unless this had something to do with some content that they had coming up? So let's actually dive in and look at what these individual things that people found actually were. So the first thing I wanted to show you guys is in Sector G7 of the Blackout map. Now, as far as these Easter eggs that we're looking at today go, we don't exactly know when they were added in, because the first time that someone found them was only yesterday, but they could have been there for a previous amount of time. For example, one thing that I showed you guys last week was that there was an Easter egg on the map Frequency showing off specialist characters that looked like they were going to be added into the game. A week ago, in the Tuesday update, that was removed. So it could be assumed that these Easter eggs in Blackout were also added in last week at the same time Frequency was changed. Basically as a way to build hype for Season 3, a possible specialist character added, and as we're going to look at today, a new location being added. And the first one that we're looking at here, like I said, is in Sector G7, and what it is a toppled over sign. Now, what is this sign? It's clearly a red circle on a wooden stake. Now, you may actually recognize this because it has been in Call of Duty games before. You see, if you take this into Photoshop and edit it a bit, it can be seen that the top of the sign isn't just a red circle, it's actually a red circle with a white swirl going into the middle, almost like a lollipop. Which lollipops can be found in the Zombies map Buried. But not only can lollipops be found there, the exact same red sign can be found in the back of the candy shop. The exact same sign. And of course, as we know, Buried is a map that is found underneath the ground in Angola, which of course is covered in desert, which would completely make sense with the location of G7 on the Blackout map. It is a desert, and possibly they could be adding Buried underground in this section of the Blackout map. Now, the one thing to go against this is in the Verrucht or Asylum part of Blackout, there is already the maze from Buried, but it is possible that they could split it up and add the buildings part of the Buried map to the G7 area of the Blackout map. But only time will tell. But of course, we're not done there. We have even more Easter eggs than that. And the next one is actually in the exact same vicinity, once again in Sector G7. So if you take where you were before and go pretty much due northeast, what you can find is what appears to be something like a manhole cover. At least that's what everyone on the internet thought. So I looked at this, and maybe what I was considering is that this is going to be the entrance to the underground area where Buried is going to be. It would make sense. It would be the entrance. However, if you actually get up close and personal with this manhole cover, that's actually not what it is. It's very clearly the face of a clock. You can see Roman numerals, tick marks, 5 between each Roman numeral, aka 5 minutes. So clearly, this grate or manhole cover is actually a clock. Now, Immediately when I saw this, a bunch of clocks throughout Call of Duty history all went through my head. One example was the Standoff remake in Black Ops 4. There was a clock tower on that map that had a clock with Roman numerals, but I don't think it was that. But the one that we decided that looks most similar is the clock from Der Eisendrache. Now, I know I'm probably saying the map wrong, but the clock on that map and the clock laying on this ground look incredibly similar. So maybe it's not necessarily buried that's going to be in this location. Maybe they're just hinting that this is going to be a new zombies location. Personally, I'm still guessing that this is going to be buried, possibly underground, but this is also another pretty interesting theory. Another idea that I kind of put together is that if they combined Der Eisendrache with buried underneath it, that might actually make sense. And the reason why I say that is because when you go to the Asylum section on the Blackout map, it's a combination of Verrucht and the maze from Buried. There's already been a combination of two zombies maps, so why would it be weird to see that again? The answer is, it wouldn't. But the even more interesting part of this whole thing that we're looking at is that we are still missing something. You see, the original post that Treyarch responded to wasn't either of these Easter eggs. It was something else altogether. A peg stabbed into the ground with a little yellow flag on it, almost like there was going to be construction here soon. So this post was found in Sector G5 on the Blackout map, but as it turns out, many of these have appeared in the desert area of the Blackout map. The next one that we found was in Section F8, and here, near these trailers, we found 3 pegs pegged into the ground. And they appear to be pegged in rather randomly, not in a shape, not making anything, not pointing at anything, just kind of there. And then we found 2 more sets of these pegs. Now, the next 2 were almost designed as like a start and finish line for a race on a part of the road close to the edge of the map. Once again, the first set was found in F8 at the very edge. And then the next set, the finish line, if you will, is once again found close to the edge of the map in Sector G8. Now, I don't know why these pegs are here, and in fact, these might not be all of the pegs. There may be more hiding throughout the desert, and if you find them, feel free to let me know down in the comments or over on Twitter, or if you have any theories as to what these pegs actually mean. And actually, as I'm making this video, I just found out that even more pegs have been found all across the map, by Hydro Dam, train station, pretty much everywhere. They're covering the map. It's possible that they could be reconstructing many areas on this map because of this Easter egg. Now, the interesting part is that Treyarch actually commented on this, which means it's gotta mean something. They've gotta be there for a reason. Personally, the pegs, I have no idea. It could simply just mean that something's coming to the desert, construction is underway, or it could be an Easter egg that I am simply not picking up on. Now, I gave you my opinion on the other 2 Easter eggs relating to Buried and Der Eisendrache. I am guessing that there is going to be a zombies map coming around Sector G7, G8 in that area of the Blackout map, but only time will tell what exactly that thing or that location is going to be. My guess is that we are going to be getting a Der Eisendrache and Buried location in that area. But, like I said, only time will tell. Personally, I believe that there is no way that this can be a coincidence. These appearing shortly after the frequency Easter egg happened to change seems to me to be some sort of promotion for Season 3, which, as we know, is going to be coming in just over 10 days on February 19th. But at this point, I want to hear what you think. What do you think is going to be coming to Blackout? Have I convinced you about the new location? Do you think it's going to be Buried like I do? Or do you have another theory altogether? I'm also very curious to hear what you guys have to say about those pegs found in the desert, because personally, I have no idea what those are hinting towards, but as Treyarch said, it is very interesting. Also, guys, if you enjoyed the video, you like what you saw, you found it informative, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. I believe we are actually the first people to figure out this little Easter egg and put all the information together. So if you did enjoy, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button, and as always, it does really help out the channel. So if you enjoy, please hit that like button, and on top of that, if you're new to the channel, you like what you see, and want to stay updated on all my content, the best way to do so is hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on. On top of that, if you're doing nothing tonight, feel free to check by my Twitch. Like I said before, first link down in the description. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.